All right, before we start the video, I have to address this. It's pretty important because there is a really big bug, and I consider this a bug because of what it does. There is a perk where if you damage enemies to reduce ultimate cooldown, the knock gives you 30%. If you damage yourself, you'll see that I have the perk here. Ready? Look at the percentage. If you damage yourself, you actually do gain ult charge. See that orange that's turning there? Very easy to gain ult charge, and especially this gen, you know, you stand next to it and you throw another thermite. Granted, yeah, you're gonna need a couple thermites and everything, but the fact that you also could pair this and then save your shield cells by going double right here and then go back over is kind of busted. You'll get your percentage back really, really quick, and then you could just shield heal. Hopefully respawn buffs, you know, fixes that, hot fixes it, because that's a pretty big concern for just cheesing ultimate. Big red flag. Let's go into the video. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. All buffs and nerfs, showcasing them. I know we covered them before, but some of them I felt like we had to demonstrate them, so let's get into it. First one is Spark of Genius, 50% faster ult accel consumption. Look at that. That is already much faster. That's insane. Keep the movement speed very fast. Now the next one, next go ahead and damage me if you don't mind, is go ahead and just completely crack my armor because I'm going to let this run actually. So the passive has increased from 2 seconds. This was actually 1 second. So what that means is before it took 100 seconds to get from all the way down to purple. You can already see, wow, look at that. Do you see that, Nix? That's insane. Look how fast that is. Wow. And so people don't realize this. This is one of the bigger buffs that comes with this, is that look at the passive with it. Look at that. That's crazy. That's insane. So what I want you to do is damage me again, and we're going to showcase, because that's not even with the buff here. Oh my gosh, you almost eliminated me. That's crazy. So we're going to do the double maximum HP capacity and shield recharge rate. You saw that is just with the old recharge. Ready? Check this out. Check this out. Look at the bottom left. Sheesh. Oh my god, that is insane. Look at that. That's actually faster than trying to pop cells. That's crazy. And you know what? I knew people were going to overlook this, so I decided to highlight that one first and foremost. So we're going to do again. Let's go ahead and just blast away. Go ahead and crack my armor, just so you kind of see it in real time. Just the timing of that. We're going to go over the other changes and so forth. So the fences. The fence node is now 50 HP. It was 25. So go ahead and put a fence down for me if you don't mind, Nix. So you can see that. So about 3 bullets. With the alternator, because it's 14. The reason I chose the alternator is it does quite a bit of damage. But with the R31, go ahead and put some more fences down for me. Look at that. That's crazy. That's a lot of HP. It's pretty good. Also, the fence cooldown time, it was 15 seconds, is now 4. Look at that. See? I mean, I already almost got another one. The fact that that's a nice quality of life change. And then when you're right next to the gen as well, I mean, it's still just as fast, right? It's just kind of baked in now. It's always 4 seconds. It doesn't matter. I was thinking about that. I was like, is this going to be faster? Well, now you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's just always 4 seconds, which is it's kind of crazy. I mean, that makes sense. Now, the other thing we're going to test, if you don't mind, if you can switch to Sparrow for me. This is something we had to test. Does your charge, when you go through a fence, disappear? So go ahead and run through. Does the charge go away?
Still got it.
You still got it. So let's go ahead and test that again, because it says fences now slow sliding and jumping enemies consume cooldowns of Ash Dash and Sparrow double jump. So I'm going to put a fence in front of me. I'll both be Sparrow and I can be Ash afterwards. So let's go and take a look at that. Ready? So if I slide through, it eats it. Yeah, it does eat the charge. It actually does eat it.
I misunderstood. I haven't played Sparrow at all.
No, it's okay. So like if I go through, I can't dash. It's not there. Wait, is this bugged? This is actually something to kind of look at in real time. There it goes. Wow, why is that so long? Oh, because their cooldown takes so long, which we're going to discuss here in a second. The timer at the bottom just disappeared. So when I go through, there it goes. It just didn't show up. You guys are going to see that in the video. That was kind of strange. So that might be a bug to kind of keep an eye out for, but the fact that each charges is pretty huge. And that slowdown effect is pretty heavy. Leave that there. Let's do an Octane stem and just try to go through Mach speed. Oh, wow. That is intense, how much of a slowing effect that is.
Can you still cleanse a slow with stim?
Let's see. If we go through. Yep, you can. You actually can cleanse it. But that means that you're going to be doing extra damage to yourself after the fact. So it seems like Octane is the only one that really has power in this situation to really go through. So now we're going to highlight, and I wanted to showcase this with another person, because now the fences electrify doors. So people are asking the question consistently during the video, what do you mean that you can't do the door trick? Oh my god. There you go. That's interesting. You can't do the door trick anymore. So if you hit the door, how much does it hit you for? Even just opening it?
Yeah, opening it just almost cracked, or did like, what, 20?
Yeah, go and hit it again. Wow, just opening it. That's interesting. So let me take away the fences and see what the door trick does if I can choose when to electrify this. Let's see if I just did this. I thought you had to like fence through it. It could just be in the general vicinity. Wow, look at that. Let's say you just try to like kick the door. Try kicking it. Okay, it does open, it does damage you. So it's not as like an impenetrable force, but that's interesting because look, you can still like move them around. Now, what I want to test, let's go ahead and say if these doors were gone, okay? What happens, oh, sorry, when this is paired with Catalyst. So if you don't mind being Cat, let's just say you're part of the enemy team. If you can throw down a door for us and see, what does it do? Oh, actually, you're going to have to pick up your perks. So let's go ahead and jump cut real quick and pick up the perks if you don't mind, because the door rebuilding one. That's actually the one that... Right. Let's see if Wattson has insane synergy with Catalyst. I'm generally curious. Now, while Nyx is doing that, let's go and see how far away can you be before the door is electrified. Okay, well, that's kind of there. Wow, you don't even have to come over here. Look at this. Look at the distance. You actually don't even need to be that close to the door. Let's see if I do here. It's still... Wow, what is this distance? Hold on. Let's go and ping that. I almost tabbed out. I'm in utter shock. That's like 2 meters there. So let's try to be a little more egregious. Okay, it's about like 2.5 meters. Wow, look at that. That's insane. All right, so let's go and blow out these doors. And then you're going to recreate them, even as an enemy. Go for it. Let's see if it electrifies it. No. I can't electrify a door that has been... Go ahead and open it. Go ahead and open it. Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to see for enemies. You can't open it?
Nope.
Really?
It says reinforced.
Did they change? Did they nerf Cat like that? You were always able to open and close them before, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let me remove the fence. Go ahead and do it now.
Nope.
What? They nerf Cat? This wasn't in the patch notes. Okay.
Can't close it.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's turn off friendly fire. Let's see if I put a fence through it. How come you were able to do it now?
It was a firing range bug.
It's a firing range bug. Okay, well, you know, to be honest, what if this actually happens in game? So I'm only going to highlight here because can you open and close the door now? Okay.
I think it was saying that it was an enemy door.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So if you do this, does it break?
Yeah, I can't open it.
Okay, that's good to know. You know, hey, I'll just leave it in there. That's I mean, it makes sense. So if somebody's coming in and testing this and freaks out, we've already tested it, we proved it, I'm leaving it in the video. But no, it also doesn't electrify it, but also doesn't break it, which is also kind of a buff to Cat, because that was a good way to counter Catalyst. So while we do have the massive buff to electrify doors, I mean, this I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about that. What do you think about that?
I think it's like negative synergy.
Yeah, I just don't think that they pair well together. I thought this, like, imagine having this and bolstering a door down actually would have been pretty insane. So now let's cover the perks, and then we're going to go into Wattson. So Wattson's perks have been buffed. Help is here now gains all support buffs. Just every support you get, you get the bins, the revive, which is all she had before, but also Deathbox mobile respawn. Now the ultimate conductor, damaging enemies reduces the ultimate cooldown and also gives 30% ult charge burst. That one's pretty straightforward. Synergy, synergy, and shield cells heal double the amount. So if you don't mind, go ahead and just damage me real quick. And we got to turn friendly fire. Yep, there you go. It's pretty much ult support. Ready? You're going to get 2 in the slot. Yeah, look at that. Super crazy. Going to just get me down to flush. All right, and then you're going to get double here. It really, that's kind of crazy. They took away the support perk and gave it to Wattson. That's really insane. And then the other one, which we've already showcased, the double HP max capacity shield recharge rate. Puts Wattson in an amazing spot. I'm not going to lie. And then you see the passive just on the bottom left. If you're just running, I mean, it's almost better off just to play aggressive with Wattson. I'll be honest. Look at that. Look at the meter. I don't even have the gen next to me. And if you decide to put the gen and then you have fast heal as well with shield, I mean, gosh, she's going to be such a brawler. That's insane. I really don't know what to think about that. And if she has the support, she's going to be the fastest legend in the game when it comes to resetting. Crazy. Okay. All right, so they said that they shrunk the upper body hitbox to better match your character model. Let's see what that looks like. Wow, look at that. They weren't kidding. Before, it actually used to come out from all the way here. Her upper hitbox really is smaller. Shoot at me. Go ahead and check that out. That's insane.
Oh, wow.
It's really like...
It's tight.
Yeah. AO? That's actually insane. I know before I used to comment, and I should have recorded the before. Before, it was like you were the size of Gibraltar. I used to just, you know, talk about it. Now the bottom, I mean, her legs are fine. But yeah, the outskirts of her body, it really is, what they've done here is they've tightened up how close that is. Wow, she's going to be hard to hit. That's actually crazy. I'm not going to lie.
First, you see the bullets goes directly through your camera.
Now, this is the largest bullet known to man. What? That's crazy. Okay, now it hits. All right, I didn't mean... but like, that's, I mean, Vantage bullet, now granted it gets larger the further away you get, but still, I mean, it's a... That's pretty insane. That's insane, dude. She's gonna be pretty gnarly. Now what I'll do is I'll cover next the perks, because this pairs well, because Vantage always had an issue when it came to fighting and pushing, okay? So that's the things we're gonna cover next of what the synergy is here and why she's gonna be so powerful. Her perks here gain access to ring consoles, but also gain zone overcharge. So that means that if she plays zone with her small hitbox and she decides to shove somebody in zone, she's not only going to have a smaller hitbox, but she's always going to have that level up in armor, making her more effective in terms of damaging. That's insane. Now you do have improved mark, which is sniper's mark becomes visible through walls, applying a mark briefly, highlighting enemies. So let's showcase that. So if you don't mind, go ahead and heal up. I'm going to hit you and then you're going to go behind a wall if you don't mind. All right. So I throw a bullet, just go hide behind just one of those walls. Boom. I mean, it's just like a scan, and then you disappear. It really is like, you know, the old assault perk, essentially. It doesn't last for too long, and it reveals a health bar. I don't know if that's... I would still go with the I mean, one, you get ring console, and then you gain more shield. This is not bad, but also you have to keep in mind they have spotter lens, which you can ping 3 enemies at a time. Excuse me, and you can see health bars of targeted enemies. Pinging an enemy will reveal their position when further away than 50 meters, it was 100. So I'm not really, I think spotter lens is kind of fine than needing improved mark. Maybe for focus firing, I don't really know. I kind of would go with controlling my prey. You can also reduce the tactical cooldown by 5 seconds or attach a gun shield to your ultimate sniper. So take a look at this, ready? If you don't mind, just go ahead and damage me. Look at that, nice. And then it comes back just like a normal gun shield.
Sniper?
Yeah, on the sniper. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, not only that, do you have a smaller hitbox? You got the zone perk here. And if you go this one, I mean, yeah, the tactical cooldown is nice. There it is, it's back. You see that?
It's really a mobile tank.
Yeah, go ahead and get your perks so people can see what it looks like in the size. Mobile range tank is insane. So it's the right perk, sniper cover. I think I would go left and right. I might go this, depending. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's pretty sizable. That's pretty big. Oh my gosh, when you crouch, hold on, I'm gonna show you. When you crouch, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Go to crouch again, it literally blocks your whole body. Yeah, and it does, it's pretty good about blocking your head too, so you can see it here. Just look at that, that's crazy.
That's nasty.
Yeah, that's really sharp.
What's the 25 health and a mobile ability?
Yeah. That's insane. And they increase so things with Echo as well. Echo will recall after you jump. So before you would end up probably around here, based on the old one. Let's see how far we can go. They increased the max distance by 10 meters. They integrated the bat bounce as well, so you go a little further. They also made sure you can redeploy with your gun much faster. So we'll take a look at that. That was 0.5 is now 0.2. Let's take a look. They also widened the FOV, and which Echo will be able to jump to. So let's take a look. Ready? Wow, that's much faster. Holy crap. Oh man, yeah, that is much further. That's insane. You're going quite a bit of distance there. Now, I meant to shoot. I was just kind of impressed by the activation time. It's so much faster. And what we'll try to do is I'm going to put Echo out. And the fact that it's nice quality of life change where you don't have to... Let's back up and just kind of test this before this will move. So yeah, you can move like 65 meters now. Now, if I look this way, ready? Wow, I'm like almost looking the opposite side over there and it still goes. Try it. Try putting your bat down and then look almost opposite side of the screen. You'd be surprised how wide that pull is. But that's also, you can call that a nerf, I guess. If you don't want to take it, you're going to have to look really far away. So you can be looking this way. It doesn't work. What about this way? Doesn't work. But if you're here, it's going to work. There you go. Yep. Now, if you jump afterwards, Wow, the gun pull-out animation, much faster, very clean. You're going to be able to fight right away. It's one of the biggest issues when you're trying to take height and the distance. So I want to showcase as well the distance when you're flying up and how far you can go, because it's really going to be insane. Let's take a look. Ready? Woo, man. Hello, look at that. Way higher on that tower. My gosh. You're going to be able to get to insane spots. What do you think?
I'm thinking about Vantage trick shots. You got a built-in sniper without a laser.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that next. So now let's talk about the ultimate, the fact that things have changed. Okay, let's do that. So the perk when it comes to using ultic cells is baked in now. Just want to let you guys know. And ultic cells are used 50% faster. So let's go and showcase that. Now, while we're doing this, you'll see scope laser says active on the bottom right there. Now, the laser doesn't appear at the start. It actually only appears once you shoot. So you're gonna be able to get the jump on an opponent. Now the animation here was always, they added this recently, but that is much faster. Now that's not a perk anymore, it's baked in. You're always getting 4 bullets. Giving Vantage sniper is actually insane. So go ahead and like take a shot. Let's take a look at the sniper. Don't hit me. There you go. They said it's more representative now of the sniper itself, but also I don't see it on my screen, which is weird. You see it?
Yeah, I see it. Also, mine's still active, so do I have to unscope to...
No, you see the bar on the bottom right? It lasts for quite a bit of time, unfortunately.
Oh, I see that now.
There you go, yeah. It's 15 seconds, and it refreshes after every shot. They said it's more representative of the aim, I guess, where you're looking. It's weird, whenever I'm ADSing, I don't see the sniper, like, laser. I guess because they probably moved it. I guess, and
they probably removed first person entirely.
It was there before. I mean, I play a lot of Vantage. I just never paid attention to it, I guess. Huh, I don't know, just things you don't pay attention to. So that's everything Wattson Vantage. So insane changes, honestly. You can't sleep on Wattson or Vantage. These legends are, my gosh, like this is the most buffs I've ever seen for either of these legends. And for me, it feels like a new season. It's crazy. Now, let's talk about Ash next. They decreased the passive, which was what we're talking about. The dash cooldown was 10, it's now 8. It still takes forever, in my opinion. Now, they slightly decrease the tether strength when pulling hard, like when using movement abilities. So if you don't mind, maybe you can stim. Let's go ahead and showcase that as an Octane.
I had to find him.
It's okay. Here you go. Ready? Let's see. What happens? Did you say it's not as bad? Here, let's switch sides and let's look at the tether strength. They said the tether strength isn't as strong. No, yeah, you're right. It doesn't pull as hard. You can move out of it much faster. And in case people don't know, you can melee at the outer skirts of it to get out of the tether much faster. Now, they also did nerf, or I would call it nerf, I guess an adjustment, because you do have this new perk called gain HP regen on knock, which is pretty much a skirmisher buff, which I would call that a buff. That's kind of sick. You gain a phase breach, so technically having 2 ultimates is now, and that's a buff, but essentially the double dash is gone, which is the nerf. Now, in terms of the tacticals, gain a arc snare charge or the duration, people always go for the 2 for the most part. But these are now level 3, kind of nerfing the tactical in a sense, instead of just having 2 to be able to always throw down. Up next, we're going to discuss Ballistic. The damage on activation was reduced to 15. This was 20, so let's go ahead and hit. 15. That's the only new one. The other hot fixes was the damage to the overheat was 30, and now it's 15. They removed the extension, which is also a previous one, and they moved the extra bullets to level 2. Yep, the number. And lasting bullets moved to level 3. Which I think these should be reversed, to be honest. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Now, Conduit, they did buff as well. We know they made a hotfix reducing the cooldown timer, but it makes sense for Wattson that the regen timer was 2 seconds and now it's 1, so go ahead and damage me. So if I go in and heal 1 second afterwards, it starts healing again. Before this was 2. So this is a healthier change. What I find shocking, if you see Conduit's heal, this matches. If not, I would say Wattson is much faster with the gen. So I see why they're buffing Conduit, because honestly, I think Conduit would be almost obsolete. But I think there's a lot of synergy here between Conduit and Wattson. If you find it, just imagine a Wattson gen and a Wattson there healing and then a Conduit throwing shield. Wow. I don't know if anybody's thinking of that, but that's a nasty pairing. I'm not going to lie. Conduit and Wattson, disgusting pairing. That's going to be scary. It's like having a Revenant when you think about it. Or also Conduit, Wattson, and Revenant. Having the old overshield, then giving them heal, then putting the Wattson gen next to him. I think I just broke the game, essentially. I hate to call that out, but thinking outside the box already. Now, the next...
Yeah, I don't want to see that in my range.
I know, that's going to be messed up. All right, now the Arc Star. If you don't mind, can you throw an Arc Star at me?
Yeah, I'll grab one.
So the Arc Star explosion reduces the momentum if hit in air or sliding, but this consumes Ash Dash and Spiral Double Jump. So if it just hits me, so let's just throw it near the ground near me. So I have my charge. I'm going to immediately try to dash. Not there. Yep, it eats charges, so Ash can't get away. Man, they're nerfing Ash, essentially. Now, the guns. Let's talk about some of the guns. The R301 was slightly buffed by giving it the gun shield generator. I mean, it definitely needed it. I'm surprised it didn't buff the damage, to be honest. They removed the gold accelerator. It is now on... Well, I mean, they remove it, but the accelerator is now on the Havoc. Let's see here. There it is. It's on the Havoc. It also says the Flatline. I love the Flatline. Is it on the Rampage? No, it's a gun shield. Just making sure. And then they also said the Mozambique. So the Mozambique now has it. Now, the interesting thing while we're here on the shotguns is the Mastiff now resets faster to the middle of the screen. Wow, that actually... Look, pick up a Mastiff. Look how healthier that looks. Before you were having to guess, like, just shoot.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, that's so much better. Before it was like all over your screen. This is really smooth. I like that a lot. That's actually dramatic, actually. Wow. Nice. Okay. Good change, Respawn. That's nice. I like that a lot. Also, it says the Havoc. They improved the recoil. I'm gonna grab the Havoc, and so the Havoc they improved the recoil. So let's take a look. Let's go and throw a mag on both of these. I'm not gonna control the recoil. I'm just gonna let it go. Let's see. It's a little tighter. I don't want to call that dramatic, but it's a little tighter. They increased the damage to 20. It was 19. There it's 20. It's because I hit the bottom part, which is the equivalent of the leg. They also changed the hemlock. They reduced the burst fire delay. Oh wow, that's not just a little bit. It's a lot. Look at that. You hear that?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's like a machine gun.
I thought that was a Prowler at first. That's fast.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Let's look at the Prowler. Let me shoot. The Prowler's slower. Look at that. The Prowler is actually slower. That's disgusting. The Hemlock might actually be even more meta. That's insane. Okay, so for the 30-30 repeater, when it's charged with the Skull Pierce, they reduce the Skull Piercer damage. When it's charged, instead of 86, it's now 80. And then when it's charged, it's 120. So now let's uncharge. Go ahead and heal up because it's going to eliminate you. 80. There you go. I recorded that earlier and I forgot to put the Skull Piercer and I was so confused. Now, this was a previous hotfix, the bow check bow, so I'm not going to cover it. They already buffed the explosive shots and stuff. We already talked about the shotgun. Now, what's crazy is even though I just pull out the Prowler, it says they improve horizontal recoil and burst in full auto. They reduce the burst delay. But the Hemlock's faster. I don't notice it as much here. Now, the Sentinel, they increase rechamber speed when energized. So let's take a look at the Sentinel and see what they're talking about, even though I keep grabbing a longbow. Let's grab ourselves a cell and charge this bad boy. So the rechamber. So if we shoot, it should be faster. The reload's the same, but the rechamber. Ready? Sorry. I mean, yeah, that's faster. Remember they used to have the old hop-up, so it almost feels like you kind of have the hop-up attached. That's kind of be nasty, honestly. That kind of shoots as fast as the longbow. I'm not really sure what they're thinking there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone's always going to keep this charge. The Sentinel might actually outpace the longbow by a large margin there. Well, that's all the changes that we had for today, and it's quite a bit. I mean, honestly, with these changes, it feels like a brand new season. I'm going to be honest. How do you feel about everything?
I thought this was a new season.
It's crazy, right?
I was hearing the legend changes, and I was like, oh, new season's coming out?
Yeah, this is crazy. Hold on. Last change here. Apparently, a Thermite looks different. I know I saw it in the patch notes. Let's take a look. Ready? I mean, it's... Wow, it actually is like a wall now. That's kind of cool.
In your hand, it has like these like almost looks like a lava lamp.
Let's see
I don't
here.
know if that's new.
No, that's the same. The wall is just different. Whoa! Even when you throw it, it's just a giant wall essentially. I do like that change. It's a lot more apparent where it's landing. That's cool. All right, well, that's it. I'm going to cut back to the outro. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Glad we got to cover some of this. The patch notes, when I read them out, just didn't do it justice. We had to come in here and review it. So thank you guys again. We'll see you guys all in the next one.